talk about birthdays, because I know my son's having a birthday and we're celebrating. We're going back to Peter Luger's place I used to have parties for the kids many, many years ago. So we're going to celebrate with a couple of friends, and then we're going to Brighton Beach. So that to me is a party, and we're going to have entertainment. Trump's having a party too on June 14th. His party on the White House lawn, which no longer has a rose garden, but it does have a patio, just like Mar-a-Lago. That's for him and the folks he really cares about. There's going to be cage fighting on the South Lawn. I don't know that I'm one of the 100,000 folks who would ever want to go and see cage fighting, but that's his right. It's his birthday, and he's entitled to have cage fighting if that's what he likes. So, cage fighting it is. I understand from The Economist it's a little like gladiators. Two guys get into a cage, and they fight it out until one of them wins. You could have bloodshed, but hey, Trump doesn't care about bloodshed as long as it's somebody else's. And who's paying for the bash? I don't know. Probably we are. It's probably coming out of money made by the Parks Department, just like paying to not have a reflecting pool by the Washington Monument. Parks Department is paying for it with their revenue. For me, it would be a waste. For Trump, he sees it as a real win for the country. I think I prefer, on June 14th, to march in the No King's Day marches that are planned. And also, we're going to have in New York City, at Town Hall, a concert for our First Amendment rights. Bette Midler is going to be there, Jane Fonda is going to be there, and there's going to be a lot of music played. While it may cost a little to get into Town Hall in New York City, this concert is going to be live streamed across the country for free. I guess doors open around 6:30. Concert starts at 7:30 and will be at least an hour and a half. So let's hear it for freedom of speech. Freedom of speech that's precious to us, more precious every day. Because I know there are now 3 weeks, not in a row, that Larry Ellison has banned my TikTok videos. They're not banned on YouTube, but where they always get a couple of 100 to 25, 30,000 views, now they're getting maybe 12. It's really unfortunate that the tech bros and the folks who own media in this country, it's a few billionaires. Larry Ellison now owns CNN, CBS, Comedy Central, and several more. And then you've got Bezos owning the Washington Post and putting his stamp on it. And you've got Murdoch, who already had over 33% of all the media, print and visual. And now his son has purchased 50% of Vox investigative reporters. Those are the people who win Pulitzers and MacArthur Prizes. And it's going to the Murdoch family. So between Larry Ellison and Murdoch, you got about 3/4 of the free press tied up in knots and only giving us what Trump wants. It's a happy birthday for Trump, For we the people enjoy the free streaming concert, and let's hope that it is the beginning of everyone looking out for freedom of speech and freedom of press and all the other freedoms that we want to regain with the midterms, because there's a lot in store for us if Trump is unimpeded and unaccountable into 2028. We got to stop him now and then continue to stop him. So, participate in No Kings, participate in hailing the First Amendment rights that we have been endowed with, and keep on plugging for the resistance, because the resistance exists and we're getting stronger and stronger. And as I'm speaking, please remember, since we don't get all the press when we're marching and protesting on No Kings marches, please take photographs, send them to me, and I'm happy to reprint them with your best guesstimate of how many folks actually marched in those parades against President Trump. Happy birthday, dear President. You may not be able to celebrate in style too much longer.